Today I am sharing with you this hoop. This is a pattern from my second book, Boho Embroidery, the Pattern Collection, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes of this hoop today. So this hoop is from this book, Boho Embroidery, the Pattern Collection. This is my second book. I have a new one coming out in the fall of 2023. Pattern for it is in here, and here it is. So I created two different patterns. This is the bee today, and the beetle is also in here. And let me show you more about this hoop. This hoop is made with a bunch of Tula Pink fabrics. If you look really close, I'm sure if you're a Tula Pink lover, you can pick out all of the different fabrics from various collections of hers that I put together for this hoop. This is an applique hoop, which means that all of these were different pieces that were cut out and adhered to the fabric. And let's go behind the hoop and see the guts. Notice the guts are very light on this one. There's not tons of beadwork. The hoop itself actually is very light, a lot lighter than a lot of my heavier embellished hoops. Just a few threads, and that's about it. One of my favorite things about this hoop are the wings, and you can see them shining as I move the hoop around. So the wings are made both with fabric, that's the first layer, and then the second layer is DMC's stitchable mesh, and I have that here to show you. So here it is. Oops, I even have the little folded up information. So this is DMC's stitchable mesh. It's fabric reversible gold and silver. So what that means is you look at this side and you can see the gold. And then on this side, you flip it over and you can see the silver. So with this one, I used both sides. I used the gold side for the outer wings and the silver side for the inner wings. So here's the deal with this mesh. I don't know if it's available anymore. I don't know if it's a product that DMC discontinued, if it's just harder to find. If you look on Amazon, I can't find it there. I can find it occasionally on eBay, and doing just a quick Google search also lets me find some online fabric shops that still have it. So I don't know how easy it is to find anymore. If it's been discontinued, I really do hope they bring it back, because this was a really fun project. I put it back, but what I really loved about this is how thin it is. You could easily put it in a hoop, no problems at all. You can see, if I can get it close, the really fine holes. So it's a lot finer than like an Aida cloth that you would use for cross stitch. It's not meant for that exactly. It's just a nice mesh fabric. If you're looking around for this mesh and you're really frustrated because you want to do something like this, a treatment like this on an embroidery project, and you can't find it, I have two other options that I have picked up recently to carry me through if I want to do a project like this again. So I don't have anything in mind exactly, but I saw them and I grabbed them to do this idea another time. So the first one, this is a remnant that I got at Joann. It's actually door screen. So it's, let's see, it's all folded up right now. But you can see that it is kind of the same idea. It's not quite as thin as this is, and it's also not like metallic because it looks like screen for a window or a door. But I think I could do the same idea. It also could be painted. So if you were looking to do a color like this, like the gold, you could paint it. Now I haven't done that yet, but I would have no problem at all just getting some acrylic paint and cutting out a shape and doing that on this. The other idea, if you didn't want to go to that trouble, I picked this up at Stitch Central, which is, it's a quilt shop near me. This is vinyl bag mesh. So again, when you're looking at thicknesses, this one is really thin. Great for putting in an embroidery hoop if you wanted to do an entire project on that. This one, I could do that, but it's thicker. But it would still work if I wanted to layer it over a fabric like I did here and still have a little of the pattern of the fabric to show through. So just two other options if you can't get your hands on the DMC stitchable mesh. But I really do hope they carry this again. It's a fun product to incorporate into embroidery designs. Another element that I added to this hoop is, you can see right here, these are, I think, now this is going back a while ago, so if I went and read through my book, I might have told you exactly what products that I used, but these are like clock pieces, like for clock making, but I don't know how real to clock making they are, because I found them in like the scrapbooking section of my craft shop, and I think they might be Tim Holtz brand, or maybe another brand, but I know that Tim Holtz does have like gears and cool metal pieces that you can find to add into your embroidery. So I always suggest, don't just stick with the fabric section of a store or the bead section. Look around, because in the paper crafting section, you can find really cool pieces that you can add to your embroidery works. And so with this one, I just made the legs and part of the body and pieces of the bee with these lightweight metal scrapbooking pieces. So if you're looking to try your hand at applique and creating a pattern from some of your favorite fabrics, all of the directions are in here and the pattern. And I hope you enjoyed this little look into my steampunk bee hoop. And if you know any more than I do about this stitchable mesh, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to know if it's coming back or if it is gone forever. And come back next time for another behind the hoop tour of another hoop.